There is no greater romance in the world than the one between Democrats and illegal immigrants, invaders. The only thing that makes that love grow stronger and deeper is that if the illegal immigrant is also known as a gangbanger, 5 stars if that illegal gangbanger is also a wife beater. Oh, and a known human trafficker, but the love's no bounds, knows no bounds in the Democrat Party for those folks. The only thing that could top that is if he waved a pro-Hamas flag, cheated in our elections, and called for an end to capitalism. Abrego Garcia may soon be spending his days in the country of, get this, Uganda. Let me tell you, the service that this illegal migrant gang banger who beat his wife and trafficked humans has done for this country is just stupid. Allow me to explain. The past 7 months of the Trump presidency have revealed more about the Democrat Party than ever before. They've become anti-lawfare after years of loving it when it was used against President Trump. They've become pro-crime, as long as it's President Trump trying to remove crime from our D.C. streets and maybe even Chicago. And they've become pro the invasion of America. Here's a little flashback to Maddow of MSDNC speaking of the injustice against a, quote, Maryland father, which is how the left loves to refer to this illegal gangbanger who beat his wife and trafficked humans.
You might remember on Friday we showed you people protesting outside a federal courthouse in Maryland. That was during a court hearing on the case of a Maryland father, a man named Abrego Garcia. He was driving to his mother's house with his nonverbal autistic 5-year-old son in the car with him when he was stopped and arrested. The Trump administration then flew him to a notorious high-security prison in El Salvador, despite a previous court order specifically forbidding them from sending him to that country. He's not known to be a member of this Venezuelan gang that Trump said he wanted to send all the gang members to that prison. He does not have a criminal record.
Yeah, Maryland father, sure, just like Joe Biden was president, and Dr. Jill Biden was actually a doctor. Well, that Maryland father, as a leftist machine, so loves, well, tell that Maryland father, no, that loving Maryland father, as they referred to him, was actually arrested back in 2019 when the Prince George's County Police Gang Unit validated Garcia as a member of MS-13, one of the most dangerous gangs in the world, mind you. And when he was arrested, he was found with rolls of cash and drugs and was with 2 other members of MS-13. Maryland father, reminding you. Even though these things were already confirmed, they were out in the open, all of these crimes that Garcia committed, the likes of Jamie Raskin, jumped through hoops to protect this Maryland father thug.
She especially focused on the idea that Democrats defended Abrego Garcia, even though he, of course, is alleged to have committed these crimes. Do you think that Democrats risk politically playing into the president's hands by focusing on this case?
First of all, I don't know of a single Democrat who defended him. He was falsely arrested and removed from the country. So now they're making up all this stuff about MS-13. Or, let's say he was responsible for the January 6th attack and he coordinated the assault on 140 police officers. They're making up things against a guy who's never been prosecuted, much less convicted of anything.
Well, today that so-called Maryland man may become Uganda man. Here's that gang member, illegal, who beats his wife, speaking at a rally held earlier today for him by people who need to get jobs instead of collecting benefits for the money we pay them.
Sisters, brothers and sisters, my name is Abrego Garcia. And I want you to remember this. Remember that I am free and I was able to be reunited with my family.
Un milagro, gracias a Dios y gracias a toda la comunidad.
This was a miracle. Thank you to God. And thank you to the community
well,
power.
Hey, here's a little question. How come this Maryland man who beats his wife has been in America illegally for more than a decade and still can't speak a word of English? 10 years. Do not forget, these are the facts these snowflakes really, really don't want you to think about. The left love the claim that he had legal status. False. Abrego Garcia only had withholding of removal to El Salvador. He's an illegal alien whose asylum claim was denied. And yet,
Mr. Abrego Garcia was taken into custody by ICE this morning.
In case you missed it, after the unemployed snowflake booed all of them, they yelled shame. Pretty pathetic, isn't it? And now, of course, his lawyers are fighting it, but DHS Secretary Kristi Noem has confirmed that they will begin the deportation process not to El Salvador, but to Uganda. And of course, the left, outraged. Uganda, not Uganda. I'd love to see these libs complain about this known gangbanger who's here illegally, beats his wife, being deported to Uganda as some sort of inhumane act, sending him to a place like Uganda. Oh, Uganda's bad? That place where socialist terrorist sympathizer and New York mayoral candidate Zohan Mamdani just held his big multi-million-dollar lavish wedding? That Uganda? Leftist machine shill Margaret Brennan had Maryland Governor Wes Moore on yesterday, and of course couldn't pass on the opportunity to discuss Abrego Garcia.
One of the residents of your state, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, was just released from pretrial detention on Friday. But the Trump administration has instructed him to report to ICE within 72 hours for deportation to Uganda. He's originally from El Salvador. He was mistakenly deported to that prison in El Salvador and then returned to the U.S. This is federal policy. This is not state policy. But I do wonder, is there anything that you are doing to help his family stay united?
And what we know is that, and all we're asking for is that the Constitution be followed on this. I want due process. Mm-hmm. I just simply want a court and a judge to decide what is going to be the future fate of this case and all cases like this.
Which is the part these idiots don't understand. That he was here illegally, he was, check. Known gangbanger, check. Beat his wife, check, because she called the cops on him twice. Trafficked humans, check. He was caught with a van that was trafficking humans. Why do criminals have more rights than citizens do if it were up to Democrats and the left? Why do Democrats hate Americans so much but love illegals more than anything else? Not a Maryland man. An illegal, gangbanger, wife beater, human trafficker. Get these scum out of the country. That's what we voted for. We'll be back. 2.5 minutes.